and to get the ball in. I mean, the one thing that steadfast presence isn't going to block, though, is going to be a righteous glorious Cho'Gath. So maybe that's going to be their only option when it comes to delivering that ball into the middle of the team. But speaking of delivering people into the middle of the team, KFC are delivering a Mortar. And also, the package is a thing. Doggo going to be able to deliver
8 minutes
himself.
in, just wait for that big rotation after 8 minutes for this Haze lineup. Now, Cowbell coming out in...
Already busting out the cowbell ASAP.
Uh-huh.
That's what I like to see.
You see Poppy looking to start, I believe, at the Raptor camp. Could be at the red buff with help from her jungle, but I'd like to see her at the Raptor camp. Drop your Q on there. Hope the little Raptors don't do too much damage to you or you.
Popter's Raptor clear is pretty decent. One thing you do have to sort of work around is it is possible to. I don't think you can hit every single chicken, but you can hit most of them if
With
you
your
don't lead
Q.
with your Q. You
Okay.
do it the same on Kayn, where you auto them first, you run back to the bush, and that will make them walk into a sort of line, and then you can try and hit them.
Exactly.
If you want to get max value from your healing, then you actually let yourself take a bit of damage first, then pick up the buckler, and then throw down the Q. So whilst you've got the shield, you're going to be healing up.
Exactly, and
Little micro
Nami is amazing. Your thing was amazing. Nami is not amazing. Nami is good and pretty good into Alistair. She's the ebb and flow skilled level 1, signifying that she wants to trade to push him out. And I really do believe that it's possible for this Nami to just keep the Alistair in a position where he is too afraid to commit, much like you in relationships. Sorry, that was mean. Dude, I'm the one crying here.
Being bullied.
Sorry.
There are no words.
Tough love, my dude.
Oh, hang about.
Speaking of tough love, yeah, coming out onto Twitch here.
Yeah. Aspect's forced out, but moving away from the lane, Zod Saiyajin moving into the... Zod Saiyajin also once on his Zaya again. But nice little trades from Worku there.
You do see a big trade in this mid lane from both of the mid lanes dropping low, but Corky with the Corrupting Potion I think is in a better position to take such things.
He now has the level 2 advantage and has a huge wave for him as well, so yeah, we're able to work around that as these bot lanes look to try and get that level 2 ASAP. Not as much of a spike though for Haze as it is for Event Horizon.
Exactly. And it's that Event Horizon that, you know, they're looking to just scale through this mid-game, through this early game, sorry, to this mid-game power spike. The bubble does connect, but unfortunately nothing came out of that Aqua Prison. As you see, both junglers looking to posture towards their blue camps as they look for an opportunity towards the bot lane. Now, Ocean Drake is the first Drake up, and I love Ocean Drake when I'm playing a late-game scaling AD carry like Twitch, even though I don't play AD carry. So, I'd like to see a lot of priority on that, because pretty much any harass that the Zaya is putting out onto them is going to be mitigated in part due to that, and in part due to Nami's heal.
Yeah, I really do like... Nice kiting there. I really do like the Ocean Drake here as well for both teams, but mostly because, when you've got Zac and Cho'Gath, that's a lot of health, and that is a lot of value you get from that Ocean Drake later on, so...
Certainly.
It's actually really good this time around. Of course, still probably prefer Infernal, and Blaze maybe just prefers kills. He's moving up towards this mid lane, only level 3, only 1 point in the slingshot.
Exhaust coming out, here comes Zac!
Maybe he can. Valkyrie already used, and the first blood picked up by Blaze.
Big engage bot lane as well.
Yeah, a bit of trading coming down here. Summoner's blown across the board. The heal coming out just too late, so the Ignite will reduce it. Nice healing though.
Headbutts up soon. Headbutts up soon.
From Shadow. Yes, it is. There's the one auto. Gonna get the second, but will drop to the tower.
Massive trade top 2.
Might even look to all in Zod Saiyajin with the 1v1. Flash is going to be burnt. Is the bubble available? Yes, it is. Will it connect?
Beautiful.
Yes, it will. Zod Saiyajin goes down to Worku. So it's a 2-for-1 trade in the bottom lane for Haze.
Really well played there by this Haze lineup to just... They gave first blood, yes, mid lane, but then immediately after that, they just completely went for it, and it worked out in the end.
Pretty well. Also, really good for... really well played for Worku. A lot of people go, oh, my ADC's down, I can't fight anymore, but he goes, no, I'm Nami, I've got...
You work with a lot of people who do that.
Yeah, it feels bad, man.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah. No wait, what? I said a lot of people would do that.
You said you work with a lot of people that do that. Huh? I never do that, dude. I always go in.
Yeah, and I don't do it with you anymore because you got me demoted. But in any case,
You got me demoted. Actually not.
Self-demoted. I think you were demoted like 2 games before that game or something.
I get myself demoted to everyone.
The point is, confident on Nanami.
Yeah, man.
Moving in aggressive.
Confident on Nanami.
Heals not up. No
Confident.
Damage.
Confident to take these trades. Confidently building towards that Ardent Sense already.
Yeah.
As you see the Nomad's Medallion completed. As the Fairy Charm comes out as well.
And building the Nomads here is actually fine because there's no rush for the Ardent, or it's not a race this time because obviously not going to be picked up as Ruby. Actually he spots out Blaze in his jungle. Actually going to throw down the blue smite as well, just trying to get the slows. Flashing in to follow. Blaze going to slam him on into that chicken, get a lot of healing with the smite as well. So now Ruby on the back foot. Gonna try and use that slam to get out the way.
Here comes Corky! Let's respond!
Go down, Blaze. Steam the kill, but Doggo has his flash if he wants to go in, but that is a 1v4, so probably it doesn't. And at the end of it, Ruby just being too overconfident with too little tank stats this early on into the game.
Yeah, this top lane matchup's going about as we expected, with Cho'Gath getting harassed quite a bit. I think he can start to trade back if he lands a Rupture at this point, but still, absolutely just deciding that Nara is nothing to be trifled with, as he just gently pull the wave back to his tower.
It's really nice to see that Raze actually took Hyper level 2. Sorry, he took the Hop as opposed to Hyper level 2, so lost out on a lot of damage, but he just knew if he can dodge out the Rupture,
then he's more than fine to start. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually really like this Nomad's Medallion so much for Worku, because yeah, no rush for the Ardent, no race, and because he has a coin item and Shadow does not, he's going to get more gold gen over time, so might as well just amp it up and get the upgrade as soon as
Certainly, I absolutely agree with that. And you do see a lot of stuff happening. Well, no, not that much actually. A lot of action happening in the first 5 minutes, as you do see 5 kills across the board. However, now I expect the aim to stagnate as you do start to ramp up in terms of item proficiency on pretty much everyone across the board. Zac does look to be making a play towards the spot lane, however.
Yep, and he does have his bandmate's Cinder finished. Ruby nowhere in the area, and Ruby, I think he's even close to getting that Cinder. No, he is not. So Blaze definitely ahead here, but going to run onto a pink ward that's never stopped him before. Takes the slingshot on in. So as Malex is going to be found out, but ooh, nice slam into the ward, and he'll use, but maybe a little bit too late. Here comes Ignite once again. Just trying to buff with that raise. Just Nara manages to get it off before going mini. Shadow, no ultimate, but he has the stun. That's all he's going to need.
We are not interrupted Corky's teleport.
So low, down to one more feather. Ruby coming up, but just a little bit too late. And whilst all this is going on top, he's just farming up top.
Oriana shockwave the teleport. That was really, really nice. Really, really good to prevent Doggo from joining that fight at all. Really, really good.
Actually, if Doggo got there, that could have been a very different fight indeed now as Malex.
Exactly.
So far back, does have his flash, but doesn't mean he should use it. Blaze throwing out the Q, bringing it back, flash, pulverize, and another kill for Blaze. 4-0-1. Maybe not the KDA you want to see on your Zac. Now a nice little proxy from Ruby, but as he gets picked up, he will cancel the Keeper's verdict. So he says hello, but the package
Zac passive.
Save this tower. In comes Doggo. Now Ruby just trying to finish off the blobs. Not going
nice
to do
bubble.
It fast enough. Doggo still here. The bubble connected onto Sage. And now
this Corky's doing so much damage.
Up, but it does not connect onto Deity. Is that going to stop Doggo? He doesn't have his flash, but Deity will still go down. And Doggo so low, but the huge healing and a triple kill.
But the Nami.
Worku so close.
Yes.
Ebb and flow swinging that fight. Wait, they all died so quickly.
I know. Look, the Nami just instantly picked up the kills there. No wave necessary. Just
dropped all the burst at once. Oh, we had a little bit longer. And everyone just goes down.
Yep. A little bit
you don't want the
unfortunate.
triple kill on Nami. That's not too great. You'd much rather have it on Doggo, but
For sure, but
from Worku.
Yeah, Worku put that really, really, really well.
Yeah, the dangerous game and the ebb and flow, saving Doggo so much though. Healing up by like 200
The
health.
teleport for Raze was really, really nice as well. The Gnar ultimate was pretty good, but unfortunately it didn't work out for them. The rotation was just too good from Blaze, Shadow, and Zod.
Yeah, I've just noticed that Raze actually has Warlord's Bloodlust, and it's something I've seen on a few Nars. So what are your thoughts on that one?
It just helped him run fast out of the rupture, to be fair, but I'm not a big fan of it. I really do prefer Fervor, especially into these melee matchups. You can just get the stacks so easily, like this would be like 3 Fervor stacks at this point. He's actually in feast range soon, but there's no feast available.
Yeah, and he will be going Mega, of course, so should be all right for that one. As Malik's now back to farming, and with those 3 kills, of course, Worku is going to have finished that Ardent Sensor by now. You see Shadow moving up, just warding out that Ocean Dragon.
Yeah, Ocean Drake, again, really important early on for these later game carries, but unfortunately, not too great for them, like...
It's pretty good in lane.
The longer you wait, the less efficient it is.
Yeah, it's like a U.
Corky Rim top.
Effectiveness, yeah, they're just gonna flash on after that one. But actually, Doggo moving up very far. We'll take the Rupture, take the Feast as well. The Feast, the Feral Scream. That's the other ability that starts with F. But actually forcing Toby to teleport. Toby showing some huge respect here. Never mind. Not gonna recall after all. He has Feast, so we'll be able to heal him up. Has that passive as well at 66 health. Just for clearing out that wave, but going quite low. If Raze tries to force a dive though, Feast will be available. So Raze maybe looking to make a roam happen. And I don't think that Haze, no Blaze is there as he goes in onto Ruby. A lovely shockwave going to drag him on back. And once again, the Keeper's Verdict not going to finalize. Raze has that Nut available, but is going to time out. So goes back to mini, goes back to top.
Yeah, and that is absolutely... Oh, here comes Zach!
Blaze. Wants a little bit more, goes on in, picks up Doggo, trying to drag him on out. Is the Valkyrie available? Doesn't look like it is, and he goes down to Deity.
Wow. Spectacular play from Blaze. Yeah, man. I think most of them were Blaze.
Seen Blaze did well. Vortex has been doing pretty well, and now let's see how well this wave does. Comes across onto Deity and back in straight onto Asmalix. Another kill, Rampage picked up for Worku as he gets the ambush reset for Asmalix, but not going to try and chase down Blaze. Respects the burst and respects the missing bots lane. So just going to take that 1 kill. Now 5-1 for Worku, but only 2 assists for Asmalix.
Yeah, really nicely played by Worku there, but hey, this 5-1-2 Nami, not really where you want all your resources to be, huh?
100% KP though.
That is true.
Now, I think it's safe to say, Ruby not having too hot of an early game here. We've got a 5-1 Zac and a 0-2 Poppy. But I think it's important to note that Ruby's not particularly like hardcore inting, you know, just
partially.
Not as strong as a Zac early on, and Blaze is playing exceptionally well here. So as this game goes later on, Ruby's just going to keep on scaling up, and he is going to have some chances to come back. But yeah, sitting here, the Keeper's Verdicts so far, though, 2 of them channeled and both of them cancelled by CC. Pretty much the second they're channeled, so maybe some suboptimal casts of them from Ruby. Maybe he's going to pick it up later on in the game. Obviously, it's nice, you know, not nice. It's useful if you get all these troubles out the way early. As the engage now comes in onto Doggo, but package is available. Just going to slide out of that one.
Yeah, absolutely more than fine play from this Corky here. Just to disengage ever so slightly. Unfortunately, being hampered quite a bit, so his 20-force power spike will come a little bit late.
My friend, he is teleported into the top lane with his Black Cleaver. Doesn't actually land the stun onto top.
Nice dodge on the Rupture.
No flash. Nice dodges all over the board as Worku forced to flash out there. If that Gnar had hit, if it hit the stun, it could have been a kill there. But what's important to note is we have 2 members in the top lane. Only Doggo has teleport. Raze just using it to get back to lane. So of course Event Horizon run straight for the Dragon. Toby might have to TP to save his first blood tower, because it looks like this is a trade that Haze are looking to take. Trade the first blood tower for the Ocean Dragon. It might be a little bit more.
A little bit more, perhaps.
Up for this bottom lane, running in just to get the vision of Asmalix, but won't get it, so he cannot slam anyone together with the stretching strikes. The tower did go down top. This bot lane tower could well go down as well. Doggo is now here. He is teleported down. The slingshot is charged up, but he probably will take it, forcing another flash, this time out from Asmalex as we cut to the top lane, where Toby is so low. The Verdict gonna knock him up, and Ray's gonna knock him down.
On the other hand, big commit bot lane.
Somehow picked up bot lane for Deity onto both members.
Can they get this tier 1 mid turret off this? They're gonna lose this top lane turret if they leave Nara lane with it.
Someone has to go defend that top tower. Looks like it will be Blaze. Now there is no Keeper's Verdict, so Ruby very limited in how much time he will be able to buy for Raze. But Raze, a lot of AD right now. Might be able to get it. Oh, Blaze charging up. Verdict available.
Nice. Nice Verdict. Just...
Nice tower take.
Steadfast presence, sorry.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. It's just a disrespect from EVH to go, yeah, we can take our time getting to this tower. You know, Blaze can defend it, and they just can't. And a pretty free tower picked up there for the members of Haze, and that is really big because if any Drakes come up that that Haze want to contest, what they can do now is they can take the Herald, put it onto Raze, and then throw him up top, and then someone always has to be in that lane with him. We're just taking in him.
Certainly, yeah. He split pushes so well. You've got your Alistair just rotating mid lane as well, just clearing out the vision game, but honestly, I'd say you should really start to be thinking about where you want to be right now. Do you want this mid lane outer turret? It'll go down pretty fast if you commit hard to it, and you can commit hard when you have your ultimates available, which you do now. Unfortunately, you have to be ever aware that if Zac tries to go for an engage, Poppy's just going to W, and Twitch can turn the fight at any point if he gets a good flank. They need to get appropriate vision before they can start making commitments like getting that tier 1.
Yeah, and Ray's clearly committing to putting out the damage onto Toby here. Really tearing through him with that Black Cleaver rush. So we now see a bit of a scuffle over this blue buff. Shadow really wants to do what he can to maybe try and steal that one away, but slightly missed smite does not matter. Ruby going to get it anyway.
Corki more than happy to get some free damage onto this mid turret.
Yeah, Doggo's okay with that, and he has the gold for his Triforce. He's sat on 333 right now.
So our expectations coming into this were that, every lane from this Haze lineup would win. Event Horizon actually turned that really well, and a majority of Haze's gold is now on Nami.
Nara available, does get the stun. I don't know if Wallop was available. If it was, there's actually maybe some kill potential there as Ruby found out in his own jungle. Always tragic when this one happens. Actually dragged out of the way.
Good use of the Keeper's Verdict, but unfortunately the rest of his team is mid lane. Could they get something off of this? Who knows? Probably not.
Used a little bit too late and doesn't hit away the person who's actually doing the damage.
Top lane outer has gone down, and I believe we do have another Ocean Drake coming up relatively shortly.
And we may have another kill for Blaze. Goes on the under attack, and a lovely shockwave to combo flashes used across the board. Not enough to save.
Oh no, they shut down Nami!
Wasn't just up, you're right. Actually, no, got shut down a while ago. 5 and 3.
Yeah.
So must have.
You see this mid lane tier 1 also going down to them. That is so much pressure. Xayah is just wailing away on this topside turret as well. The inner turret.
Last night in the LCS, dude. Xayah just running down top, taking 2 towers now. Clearly, Haze showing that they're a little bit better than H2K as they do recall and stop the inhib from being taken. But now, big spike for Doggo as he has picked up that Triforce.
Exactly, and he's just going to walk around really pressuring everyone. On the other hand, you do have 2 items now for this Orianna. The 90-minute Triforce is a little bit late for the Corki, attributed mostly to his less than successful roams, and the fact that he finds himself in such a farm discrepancy right now. Deficit, sorry.
Oh, right, down to 50 CS, 45, but still a pretty large amount to be down, especially versus Orianna, a lane that a lot of people would give to be ever so slightly Corki-sided, especially early on.
You see them just pushing here.
I actually like that. So Doggo is sitting here with the package.
We got Knight's Vow first. Okay.
Yeah. Ruby says, you know what? As Malix isn't here, I'm just going to throw the Vow onto Doggo instead, and now it means he can go for some very aggressive packages. And it will probably be put on Asmalex later on, and I like the Vow first.
Do you think Vow into lock it.
Yeah. I mean, what you have to see is the Ruby
Or Righteous. Righteous is also quite legit.
Because we actually, Herald just going
Yeah,
to take
you saw Corki committed bot lane to try and pressure Cho'Gath, and as soon as they saw that or had an inkling that that might be happening, it was a decision from EVH to commit for this Herald. Now, no turrets top lane besides the based ones, so I'd expect them to use it mid lane and just hardcore siege up.
Oh, Ruby, my friend, you are not tanky enough to go for these fights, but of course it was only 3 members of EVH in the mid lane, so they're all just going to back off.
Here comes Zac. There goes Zac.
Blaze going on in, going on out, and really we need to talk about Blaze a bit more. He's been just crushing it throughout.
11 out of 12 kill participation, dude.
He's 6-1 and 5.
He's got more kills than Nami. How do you have more kills than Nami?
Yeah, who could do such a thing as Ray? He's actually taking a lot. Oh no, he didn't catch it. Oh, he went to try and flash to catch the boomerang. Did not get it. Now the Ocean Drake has been started up. Ruby finally gets
Keep its verdict.
That verdict does only going to knock away Shadow. That's all Ruby really needs as he goes in for Sage, and Raze has Gnar available. And now we're looking at the other end of the fight.
Got 3v3 and a 2v2.
Enough to save Worku. Never mind, we're back to the bot. Ruby is so low. Sage flashing on in, but Raze has timed out. He is now mini, but here comes a stealth Twitch. Stretching strike's not going to connect, and so down goes the.
They got Zaya, they got Zac.
Coming from the side. There's the headbutt,
Shockwave?
there's the rupture, there's the shockwave. Down goes Asmalex, and it is just Doggo and Raze left to try and fend off the event.
Corki's no flash.
Squad, never mind, it's just gonna be Raze. Nava filling up, but nowhere near full, and whilst all that was going on, the Dragon went over to Event Horizon as well.
Okay.
Alright, Event Horizon.
Event Horizon coming back. Well, I say coming back. They had a lead, they lost it a little bit, and now they've got it again.
The thing is, you have to go. Well, you know, there was a huge amount of kills for Haze. You know, they still got 10 kills, but you got 5 of those on your Nami.
They're peaking here, even though their comp gets even stronger the later it goes on. Yeah, that is not a good omen for this Haze lineup. But I wouldn't say that the game is over, because Twitch is always a factor. Twitch can just rip through this Xayah and this Orianna, and then you have no more damage. If Twitch can get a good positioning here, if the rest of the team can peel for Asmalex, then maybe, just maybe, we could see Haze come back into this game and secure themselves at least an extra bit of breathing room in this series.
I agree with you in that, you know, Twitch, he can beat 0 and 20 once he hits 3 items. He's going to be good to go as Blaze changes his mind on that engage, but got to bring everyone's attention to the fact that Hobby just recalled with just the cloth armor, and just the cloth armor on top of his boots, you know, Doran's Righteous Glory, all that stuff, and came back with a full stone plate, so he's now going to be able to put out a lot of damage onto the aforementioned Twitch. Now, as Malex has flashed, Hobby doesn't, so going to be kind of hard to get that combo as Raze once again trying to dish out the damage, but he does now have the frozen mana, and this is a very long lane, so a very respectful Gargoyle Stone Plate going to be used, but now the top lanes are fighting. They're just going to try and force this Baron.
Exactly, and you see the Baron just being...
Verdict. Not going to connect, but that's not stopped Ruby before. Goes
the Baron is just wailing away at Deity.
He's just getting his armor shredded, but does heal up. Teleports have come through.
Twitch is caught! Twitch is caught!
Is engaged onto, going to be slammed back into 3 people and immediately feasted on as the kill goes over to Toby. So now 2 members going down, and Blaze looks to make it a few more, but Keeper's Verdict is not the ability, it's actually the Steadfast Presence going to keep Blaze on out of that one. Now Raze looking to maybe stack up his Narbar as he does dodge out the Rupture.
I think they've deterred them from...
Doggo, all still alive, so Baron not going to be taken. Nice dodge again. Oh, the headbutt actually almost helping Raze out there, but just delivers him into Deity's loving embrace, and he will go down. But like you said, just buying enough time to deter the Baron. Yo, Blaze's stretching strikes have been so good, man.
Exactly. Blaze is absolutely phenomenal. He's doing so well to engage, so well to just keep the enemy team down. and
to
just
be honest,
dictate the pace of the game, the pace of these fights, not to be deterred by the steadfast presence, just going for it every time.
Blaze has been playing these fights so well, but you just think a lot of how well he's been playing this is actually kind of on Ruby, because obviously these are really good engages, really accurate slingshots and stretching strikes from Blaze, but if you pick Poppy jungle to counter Zac, then you have to actually counter Zac, you know. We're seeing Ruby taking these very aggressive fights, going in for these sort of 1v4 plays when he's really not very tanky. He doesn't have the Gargoyle Stoneplate finished yet, actually got Knight's Vow, but then leaving his team behind, so he's not even getting value out of it, not able to save them from Blaze, and even then going in for that potential Baron fight, maybe Baron steal, and we saw the Keeper's Verdict just connect onto absolutely no one, so I really do feel like Ruby is going to have to pick up his game here, as we do see Event Horizon just go straight for the Baron again. They won the fight last time, can they do it again?
Can they take this Baron here is the question, or are they going to turn? You see Twitch just sat there, stealth, Alex is ready.
Yeah, Shadow trying to zone out Ruby, going for round 2. Package is going to be used, and Cho'Gath is the target that gets knocked out. Now Deity picks up the kill onto Dogger. He was not tanking it.
Here comes Twitch!
Mini with a big shockwave, but it's a big spray and pray. Damage coming down from Asmarx, but he will fall.
Cho'Gath!
Just not far enough. Toby has now got back to the fight with his Righteous Glory, just going to use that feast straight onto Vanami, but the steadfast presence is going to be enough to keep Blaze out. That fight could have gone so well for Haze.
That Keeper's Verdict was so nice. So nice to get Cho'Gath completely out of the fight. Spray and Pray came out as well, just shredding everybody.
Haze had the potential to be such a good fight for Haze. Doggo, you know, goes in with the package but doesn't actually get anyone under the tracks of it, and then just instantly gets evaporated.
Yeah.
No chance to flash out.
And that's one damage threat just gone like that. So all eyes were on Twitch, and yes, he spray and prayed, yes, his position was okay, but ultimately it wasn't enough, and he just fell.
I mean, look at the build here from Deity, man. I mean, there was such a good chance for a spray and pray from Asmarx, but once that shockwave came out onto 3 members, there's such a high burst Orianna build.
There goes Alistair again.
Shadow towards Asmarx, maybe not where you want to be, and that man very tanky, but that's not stopping Haze this time around. He does get
poor man, poor prize, but
no one is around to back it up. Now this is an Infernal Dragon.
Infernal Drake about to be started up here by this lineup of Haze.
Going for it now, showing the zoning.
5v4, but Nah no longer has any Mega Nah.
Yeah, Narbot has run out, but they're just looking to focus the dragon. And the flash feast from Toby. They were thinking of Blaze Steel. They forgot about
Size down.
God Saiyajin has gone down. A big damage threat now removed from this fight. And Blaze also going to hit.
This could be Baron. This could be Baron for Haze. This could be the turning point.
Baron, there is no feast available. Toby just used the flash feast to steal away that Infernal Dragon, and you've called it right. Everyone from Haze running up towards the Baron.
After they take this, they can just run down mid, get as much as they want. No more targets top lane, they got big wave building. They want to just clear out the top wave, maybe go bot, use the wave they've built up, and then just run down mid.
Was the Rift Herald ever used?
The Rift Herald was... I think it expired.
Timed out on Blaze. Unfortunate as Raze now goes in to try and zone people out. Has the Nah available, going to use it just to knock those tanks away from them. The whole
Unfortunately,
time,
no more
Ruby
flash,
and
no
the
more
team
flash feast.
Smiting away that Baron. Yes, no flash feast available. So it's a pretty clean Baron for Haze and brings them right back into this game. Only a 1,000 gold deficit remaining.
Twitch is outputting so much damage in these fights, but you have to be looking at Corki. Can he get his damage off in his relatively short range before Orianna lands a shockwave onto him? Before, yes, they did well. They got rid of Xayah almost immediately in these fights, but the Keeper's Verdict's being completely on point. I'm looking for a Keeper's Verdict to get interrupted by the Cho'Gath CC, and then just go on a 30-second cooldown before it can be used again. That will completely dictate whether or not Blaze and his team can take these fights against the Baroned up Haze team.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Event Horizon look to play around that Keeper's Verdict, which has become more and more accurate as the game has progressed. And I have to ask, what do you think about this build from Asmarx? He hasn't got a Blade of the Ruin King, instead getting armor pen items and maybe another crit item.
I think it's okay. He's just going for the raw damage from the Infinity Edge. He doesn't really want Blade of the Ruined King because he's behind, I guess is his rationale, even though it helps so much against Zac, so much against Cho'Gath. I guess he's saying to himself, they're not the ones that I need to kill. I need to kill Xayah and I need to kill Orianna, and then we can worry about the tank line.
Of course, I would like to see him with a bit more lifesteal, but really, you've got enough healing from Worku and that Ardent Sense.
Using the Baron buff in the bot lane actually is...
Yeah. Wraith has a nice split, and you have to ask why is Doggo mid, because he's a man with teleport and Baron as well. He can be pushing the top lane, they can get a nice 1-3-1, really use all of the farm that is available to them in this game, and instead they look to set up mid, and Blaze maybe having the same idea, just hanging around in that north quad, maybe.
Which is stealth? Not anymore. Unlucky.
Maybe, engages. Ruby takes so much magic damage. Again, the Keeper's Verdict goes wide. That is a big cooldown being used as this wave continues to build in both the top and bottom lanes. Now, Blaze setting up for the engage. Ruby does manage to block it as Malik stealthed and looking to maybe make a spray and pray, but he is frontlining.
Orianna just chunked Poppy. No!
Zero magic resist.
Why do we not have Locket yet against an Orianna on the Poppy? Nami has it, but it's not even that much.
Stoneplate, and yeah, Nami with the Locket, you get the AoE Ardent proc, but she has no health. This is not a big shield. As the Shockwave connects onto Worku, has both his summoners.
Big fight mid lane.
Use them as he gets out alive, but a nice Let's Bounce delivers as
Watch Twitch! Watch Twitch!
Maybe it's what he needs. He flashes out, doesn't manage to get the line up, and goes down to the crit of Zod Sage. And whilst all this is going on, though, Raze managed to pick up the solo kill and the inhibitor tower, and now has to run for his life as the members of Event Horizon look to collapse on him.
Beautiful headbutt from Alistair to put this Twitch back in the fight.
It was such a nice. I mean, the Raze. I mean, he got the tower, so his cooling works in all chat. Did manage to get the inhib tower, and whilst all this is going on, I mean, Ruby just running up with his Baron buff as well, trying to put out some damage onto that.
Put some pressure down as well, yeah.
Doing a pretty good job of it. Tower is quite low, using the huge wave that was amassed in the top lane.
If that was Iceborne Poppy, he could get a kill.
Picked up by Doggo.
I guess he's saying to myself, yeah, they're focusing Twitch, but if Twitch goes down, I'm in the other form of damage because Nara isn't grouping.
So you can go for more aggressive packages as well, as we see Ruby building even more armor. Do you agree with this, or do you think he needs maybe a bit of magic to deal with the high burst damage that Deity's putting
I think
out?
I would love to see the Locket. Honestly, double Locket is fine, especially when you're a Poppy with Stoneplate. You give such a massive shield to everyone. I guess he's under the rationale that, you know, I won't be in range of Twitch, because Twitch, massive range, going to be sat at the back of the fight. But it still would be a nice pickup. You're not getting that much efficiency out of what I do believe will be a Fawn Mail. Especially not because Xayah's not really building attack speed.
Yeah, not too much of that either. 2 VF sword items, neither of which give any attack speed. Of course, it does help with the getting the Grievous Wounds out onto Blaze and Toby, but how much are they going to be auto-used? Ruby just going to disengage that one, but now Steadfast Presence not available, but Blaze going to cancel.
We do see another Infernal Drake about to come up in 20 seconds, as the Baron buff has fallen off, and the team of EVH are setting up a more aggressive Baron, dragging control vision around it.
Indeed, getting some really nice vision control in the area, but that one pink will at least keep Haze with a little safe area for now, but no one moving up to push that mid lane quite just yet, and the package actually
Twitch has no flash, you have to be aware of that.
Ruby has the vow onto Doggo, and he
not from behind.
Popping the Gargoyle Stoneplate, trying to get tanky, and knocks out the Zac, so it is a 5v4, but make it 4.
Spray and pray!
Hits the feast, and what a shockwave onto the carries, but as Malik's managing to stay alive, has the spray and pray, but no lifesteal, so goes down to Deity, but Doggo trading one back. Raze just about to go mega, but Toby flashing out. Raze is not going to allow it. Wallop is going to get the stun, and Raze will get the kill.
I think they can close. No.
For 2, you think they can close? They have no ADC. They can go for the bot lane in.
Hey man, Corky's an ADC.
Up 2 towers here. Yes, he is, and that's that Guardian Angel working out for him. Still available this time round. Still putting out a good bit of damage now, as Malik's really has the potential to wipe that fight.
Exactly. You can get the inhib. You can get maybe 2 inhibs. You can get an Infernal Drake as well.
I don't know if they can get to Zod Saiyajin just about to spawn. Ray's getting the lesser of the value from the Gargoyle, only getting it onto 2 people when he's in mini form, but he just wants to keep his health as high as possible as he's trying to kite away. Should throw out an extra auto to get the hyper proc, but doesn't want to turn Mega too soon. Wants max value on it as he's now in the 1v3, trying to get the stun, trying to jump on out, does not get rooted, and there's nothing for Blaze to
Did not pick up a single inhib, did not pick up the Infernal Drake. Could pick up the Infernal Drake here, and that would make it super worth.
Yes, not the best capitalization of the situation, but they will now try and get the Infernal Dragon, try and make it worth it for them, but doing on top of a ward, they're just trying to burst on through it. This could go poorly. Dragon was picked up, and now Ruby a bit too far forward, trying to run away, but the Gargoyles and the Righteous Glory both popped by Toby. He can't get in range though to destroy anyone yet. The Baron is up, so the winner of this fight could win the game. Ray's going to go down before the Narbar fills. Now it's up to Ruby.
Good, keep his verdict!
The 2-man verdict, throwing down the Gargoyle Stone Plate, just trying to stay alive fast enough to outrun the Rupture, so he will disengage with only Raze being a casualty of that fight. Blaze? Oh.
Blaze? Question mark, question mark.
Yeah, he's right.
Missing
Just
ping.
spook him off. Just trying to scare him. Works out fine for him as Event Horizon now move on to this next tower. But remember, Toby has no active.
Spray and pray coming out. Shockwave missing.
Has been used and the Shockwave does not connect. The Redemption is going to get a nice hit, but as Malik is delivered into the team, feasted on, and immediately goes down to Saiyajin. Doggo now trying to put out the damage, has the Knight's Vow on him. The Guardian Angel will...
Zaya!
There's a big damage threat has gone down, but it wasn't Saiyajin as the headbutt, because of the flash, will end up saving Doggo. Ruby maybe trying to make a stun under the tower, gets it down onto Toby. Now the bubble means that Saiyajin goes down too, so it's the 2v2. Let's Bounce going to try and drag some people to safety, but not going to be enough. Blaze will go down. He has his blows, but no time.
Corgi TP top! Corgi TP top!
He's going to get 3 inhibitors for this play, just mincing through them with the Triforce. Wait, he's getting the inhibs.
Yeah.
Such a nice TP. No, he's going to get all 3 inhibitors and buy time for his team to prep for this Baron.
Man. Yeah, I need to sneeze.
Come on, man. It's not the time for your puny sneeze.
They're getting a Baron, they're getting a 3 inhibs, and Haze have completely turned this game on its head.
Deity spawning now might
2
be able
inhibs.
to take down Doggo, and Doggo is completely going to respect it as the Guardian Angel is not available yet. Blaze up in 20 seconds will not be able to get to this Baron in time. So we notice that Asmalik's now finishing 4 items, and to be honest, there are so many occasions in these fights where you think maybe Asmalix can wipe this, and then he just goes down because he's just a bit too squishy. You know, maybe if he had a, I don't know, Locket Shield cough to quote Idris. Maybe if he had a Black Fever and a little bit more lifesteal, he'd be able to mince through these fights. So I'm going to be really interested to see. Maybe he's going to get himself a Merc Sim here. And not Black Fever, maybe a Blade of the Ruin King or a Merc Sim. But once he gets that lifesteal item, it's going to be in such a good spot as this team now picks up 2 inhibitors and the Baron and look to run it down bot.
And I'm back, having sneezed now that you've passed to me. And you do see this team with the Baron now, with single Infernal Drake. Yes, there's double H for the enemy team, but why does that matter when you're taking all in every time? Ideally, the next fight, you're in a position where Twitch doesn't have flash, and that's super scary against this comp. You pretty much can win any fight that Oriana's Shockwave doesn't hit Twitch, by either luck or just, you know, unfortunate circumstance for the enemy team. It missed last time, so here comes Zach from the side.
Shot charging up, but a nice block. The package
Twitch in the front line
defensively as the teleport comes on. Like you said, there's Max in the front line, so he will go down to Deity, but Raze wants to trade a few more back. Jumps onto the back line, gets enough only onto Deity, who will Zonya's through it the whole time.
Corki's here with package!
With the tanks. Corki back to the fight now. No package available as Toby going so low. Ruby just trying to stay alive, and Worku will go down as well. So now Blaze charging up another one, getting the combo onto Doggo, who goes down, and it is a clean ace.
Against the Baron buff.
Horizon, getting rid of all the Barons, swinging the game back, but both the inhibitors now wailing away.
He was moving really fast, so I thought he had the package.
Oh, dude, he used it defensively the second the engage started. He did not trust Ruby whatsoever.
Yeah, exactly. He just wanted to get away from Blaze. He didn't think the Poppy would stop the...
Oh, hang about. I've been talking about Black Cleavers a lot. I keep saying that. I keep talking about Blade of the Ruin Kings a lot, and one member of Haze has picked up a cutlass.
Yeah.
Maybe not the one we were expecting.
Maybe not. But you know, he's saying I need to start shredding this Cho'Gath and this.
To be honest, that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to split push and just tear it through Toby, and it's going pretty well for him. Toby's still not picking up a
none of them have a second locket. Why does no one on this team have a second locket? Especially when Twitch has no flash. You should be positioning with him as Nar or as Poppy. Just pop it. What?
Wait, your point is invalid. I've been talking about as Alex maybe getting some lifesteal. Maybe getting something like a.
He's getting some lethality. He's getting his Duskblade of Drakthar.
I think it's going to be
Edge of Night. It's going to be Edge of Night. Yeah.
Going for that defensive option is Raze, getting healed up, getting out.
Drake up in 40. It's going to be
damage though.
Elder Drake.
Obviously, a lot better for Event Horizon to get his Toby. Getting that Warmog's healing. Toby right now, how much health is he sat on?
Whoever wins the next fight wins the game. I'm gonna say that now. Whoever wins the next fight wins the game.
Pretty much. Now Toby, well, it depends on where the state of these mid lane and top lane waves are. Depends on how Event Horizon, if they win the fight, might just have to go and clear those out. But Toby, 5.5k health. He's gonna have about a 1.3, 1.4k damage ultimate if he manages to get a good stone plate. And bearing in mind, as Marlix only has 1.6k health, he think he's okay
1.4k.
He's trying to jump out. Not.
Oh wait, no.
Actually, will be able to get away with it now. And the whole team moving up to try and make the pick on Raze has completely left the bot lane inhibitor exposed. There's now Ruby in this sort of 1v5. I don't think he got.
Comes back on Twitch!
That stone plate. He gets the engage onto Asmalix, who manages to flash on out, just trying to heal up with that Ardent Sensor. Raze waiting in the wing.
That is so important. Twitch has no flash, Alistair does. That is so important.
Indeed it is. That could determine this next fight, and Ruby looking to try and make something happen. Playing up aggressively. They want to take this inhib whilst they still have super minions pushing the other lanes, because those inhibs are spawning very, very soon. But the Steadfast Presence was used to dodge out the Rupture. So Blaze might be able to get his engage now. We're gonna have to see. They're all going to back off for now. And it looks like Haze might even want to go for this Elder Dragon. But if this is stolen by, I don't know, a Flash Feast, it's going to be pretty big for Event Horizon. And also
this choke is so nice for Twitch to fight in.
Indeed it is. Haze had the advantage there, but they miss out their crowd controls, and Toby is completely soaking all this frontline damage.
No, he's charging up his rage bar.
No, but it's fine. If he gets a big Gnar here combined with a big wave, then Haze could be in a really good spot. Blaze looking to set up some sort of flank, but is spotted out by a ward. Going to throw out that rapid fire crit, and the Baron, the Dragon even, will reset.
In the meanwhile, we do have a big wave top just shoving into this inhib. It might not, it won't take it for quite a while, but...
Yeah, there are no supers and that wave's on full health. So I think everyone's okay with this.
And they've started up the dragon.
There is no tower stopping that wave, so it has to be answered by someone. Now Mega Gnar is timing out, so if Event Horizon want to take a fight, it's going to be now as Marlix stealthed up.
They don't only go 50-50 because Cho'Gath has Feast.
Ruby knocking out Alistair, a good a target as any as the Feather Storm is used, but Toby looking to try and delete a member of the backline. And he will get it with the Flash Feast as Marlix has gone down. Ruby may be the next one as he finds himself in a 1v3 situation. Raised very low, but trying to build up that Naba as fast as he can. Getting the healing from the Warlord's Bloodlust, just kiting back Blaze so quickly. Needs to throw out some more autos though. Needs to go Mega, gets a nice hyper jump, throws out the Gnar as well, but the shockwave will be enough to take him down as he dies to Shadow. Sage so low, taking a lot of damage from Doggo on that Corki as Toby trying to tank it up. He's playing the Cho'Gath, he's in a good spot, but at the end of the day he has a lot of health and very little magic resist, but the rest of his team getting there fast enough to save his life and take down Werku. Not as fed as Werku used to be, but whilst all this is going on, Ruby has been going for that top lane inhibitor as Doggo goes down and Ruby does not manage to pick it up because Blaze gets to the fight in time, and that will be an Elder Dragon with 2 Oceans and 1 Infernal going over to Event Horizon.
I think just 3 Drakes. Wait.
I mean, it's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. Does it augment the existing Drake? Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does.
It gives them an extra 50%.
Yeah.
So
that's what I thought.
Yeah, so instead of being 16% missing health and mana, that's now going to be 24% missing health and mana regen. on that Ocean Dragon, and an
Insane.
extra 4% AD and AP, and saying it's actually going to be a huge amount when you think about the amount of health that Toby is stacking. Toby can get down to whatever health he wants. If he can leave a fight for 6 seconds, 8 seconds, he'll just heal to full with that Warmux and Ocean Dragon combo.
Exactly.
No time at all.
Next fight, if Twitch dies at the start of it again, we could see the game just ending in favor of Event Horizon.
Indeed, we could, and the Baron has been started. Event Horizon know they can win this with their
Keeper's Verdict available.
Dragon. Ruby not going to be able to throw that verdict out fast enough, so will cancel it as the Baron goes down so quickly to the 6-item Zod Saiyajin.
Double Giant Spell Cho'Gath.
Gonna get the health,
alright then. Yeah.
I mean, it's not. I would like to see him with more magic resist. We saw how much damage that Doggo was doing, but at the end of the day, his ult here is doing 1k damage without his ultimate. When he without his stone plate, even he throws that stone plate down, it will completely 100 to 0 as Marlex does not have enough shields, and another defensive package as Toby starts running down as Marlex trying to get that beast kill. There's the tower taken in mid, and Ruby now tanking up the front line. Toby changed his mind, decided he wasn't going to get as Marlex.
Twitch is in trouble.
And now kited down a good use
Good Keeper's Verdict
onto the tank, but the Keeper's Verdict will disengage. Deity going to use his Zonyas just to stay alive, and as Marlex looks to wipe this, but he takes one step too far forward and gets crit by Saiyajin. He will go down, so Doggo is now the ADC that has to step up to the plate. The Narbar is getting fuller and fuller, but this is not really a fight. Haze
Doggo's down, Doggo's down!
But it could be the last fight of the game. Ruby has not healed. He didn't run back to the fountain. He's still low. He goes down. Raze, the only man left alive, and no Na'O is going to save this game as the Shockwave back up and takes him down. So this game will be taken by Event Horizon, taking the first game of this best of 3.
You saw them on the back foot for a good part of that game at times, but eventually they did turn it around. There was a point where there was a good 5 or 6 kills behind in the early game, and they turned it. They turned it completely on its head. They equalized it. They looked like they were kind of shaky towards the end of the mid game, but then they pulled it back together.